What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and oh my lord, the vest streak is dead. It is DOA, folks. Our boy Phil could not extend it past 20 streams, and apparently Jinx is upset that he got doxxed by Phil and did not tip. Oh my lord, he raked in a cool $19 last night, and I guess we're back to the old dead streams again of low positivity and low support. Anyway, taking a look at this daily wrap, it's like 13 minutes long. I cut it back because I'm not gonna watch all that nonsense. But a couple interesting points here, especially the one where I guess Phil has settled on the excuse he's going to use for why he didn't dox Jinx. And it only took him a day and a half to figure out what lie he was going to use. And the funny thing is, he had that time to actually research the lie and failed to do that because he lied in his lie. So I have some receipts. I will prove it. Let's get into it, folks.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 22nd of May, 2023, the fallout day from yesterday's crazy marathon. The Fight and Feast event here on DSP Gaming, and also a day where we got back into regular gameplay streaming. Let's talk about what went down. So first of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, yes, it was a lot of discussion about how the Fight and Feast went, how the content will be uploaded to the channels, slowly, because a lot of the content went live right away last night, but some of the content did not, and it's going to go live slowly over on DSP Reacts over the course of the week. One thing that was abundantly clear: people loved the event and want more like that. But the question is, how often do we do them? What do we do them? Do they always have to have like a special theme, or do you just do a special event maybe once every month and a half just for the sake of doing one? We talked about the possibility of another long form react, but it seems like people really enjoyed the special event and want another one. So we kind of brainstormed a little bit. Like, the best idea that I came up with thinking about this over the course of the day was maybe an Independence Day event. For those who don't know, Independence Day in the United States is July 4th. Now, typically here on Independence Day, a lot of people are busy. You spend it with family or friends. You have cookouts, you have fireworks, all kinds of stuff. Incidentally, Independence Day is a Tuesday. Well, guess what? My wife works Tuesdays and likely would be working that day. So that means if we're going to do it, we should probably do it a few days before. That way, if she wanted to participate and maybe make some recipes and things for us to try during this marathon event, just like we did for the Fight and Feast, she'd be able to do it. But in addition to that, I was thinking about it and I was like, do I really want to do a special marathon again on a holiday when a lot of people can't make it, or maybe just do it a couple days before? So we're talking about this. We're planning it out. It's looking like perhaps it'll be that first weekend of July. Maybe it will be the next big event that we plan out and do, and that'll give us some time to plan what we want to do during it and stuff like that. Also, the streak continued on the first stream. That means 20 straight streams where we hit our tip skulls. 20. That is crazy. That 20 streams in a row we hit our tip skulls, okay? And I'm very proud to say, guess what? It had nothing to do with Jinx. All right?
Yeah, it had nothing to do with Jinx because Jinx got doxxed by you and figured, why am I going to throw more cash at this moron?
Now, tonight, the support streak ended. We did not hit our support goals tonight. That is fine. As I told you guys, my God, that was seriously 20 straight streams. So that was like almost 10 straight days where every stream we were hitting the support goals. Let me tell you, it helped a ton. That money already has gone to several bills and things to help pay stuff down. And there's a little bit of surplus left. That'll help probably basically for the next month or two. No, it wasn't so much that now I can run out and start frivolously spending on buying a new PC and all this crazy stuff. If we had kept up that support streak for like months, that's different. Then I could have been like, holy crap, yeah, we could go do all that. But it was a good streak. It helped out a lot. Thank you everyone who contributed to that streak. Obviously, Jinx was a huge part of it, and others were as well.
Yes, it helps so much, Phil, that you refuse to use any of the money to improve your business and buy a PC. You made that clear yesterday when the dent asked you about it, and you said, nope, it's going to bills. Although you got paid by YouTube yesterday, and those pay your bills. I'm pretty sure the bill you're referring to is WWE Champions and DoorDash. You want to make sure that you have plenty of cash in that account, so that you don't run out of money, for WWE and DoorDash for at least a couple weeks. So yeah, so he clearly said he's not buying a PC unless, of course, the support streak lasted for several more months.
And I really do appreciate that, okay? Now, one thing that I want to dispel, because it's what idiots are saying, my haters. So here's what happened yesterday, okay? I'm in the middle of my Fight and Feast Marathon event, and Jinx actually did a significantly large tip. While that was happening, I had all this other stuff going on during the course of the day. I had people emailing me ideas for events. I had people emailing me to get unbanned on stream. I had people emailing me, they want to donate this or that. I had a bunch of people all emailing me at once, all at the same, all in my face, basically. All right? And so,
drink that water.
As this is happening, obviously I'm doing a lengthy marathon, and let's be honest, I'm having some shots and everything. So, I'm getting tired a little bit, getting a little sloppy almost, as I just say. Not that I was drunk, but, you're not as spry, you're not as astute, right? So I'm reading a shout out for a giant tip from Jinx, and I'm also looking at other emails in my email box here. And it just so happens there was an email from someone who's looking to get unbanned, okay? And their name in the email was Ryan. Now, that's not even their YouTube account or anything they go on YouTube, but it said the email was from, like, Ryan. So I'm reading it, and I shouted out Jinx, and I said, and so thanks, Ryan.
Okay, so let's recap here. He basically said he basically said Ryan, or Jinx, sorry, tipped him $400, and he was going to shout that out. And then he was looking at multiple emails and accidentally shouted the name Ryan out for someone else. Although, remember, he said he doesn't even know the person or know what his name is or whatever, or doesn't know. He said he didn't know who the user was, but he was apparently asking for unbanning, from his stream. Okay, Phil, so you don't know that Ryan is his name, but yet you don't know this person. So that's a contradiction within itself right there anyway. So at the very least, you ended up doxing someone else. So let's just put that out there. Okay, facts matter, Phil. And when you tell your story, you basically said that you were shouting out Jinx because he donated $400, right? That's your story, right? Okay, let's watch the tape here.
Wow. So Jinx, excuse me. Jinx tipped me $100 again.
Okay, so your facts again, Phil, were wrong. You would think if you were trying to come up with an excuse for why you screwed up, to justify why you screwed up, you would actually go back and look at the tape to see what actually happened. But of course, no, Phil's too lazy to do that. So as you can clearly see here, Jinx donated that $400 hours ago. That was before this. And Phil just said he tipped $100. This was his last tip of $100, right? Then Phil goes on to say that he was reading multiple emails. I used to use Hotmail many years ago, and again, this may have changed, but Hotmail doesn't work that way. Hotmail is sort of like Gmail's default setting, where it shows the date, the time, the person who sent it, the title, and then the kilobyte size of the actual email, and if there's an attachment. That's all you get. You don't get body in there. So for Phil to actually take us, so you're online, right? And you're on hotmail.com, right? You can only view one email per time, per incident. So Phil was in Jinx's email, knowing that Jinx was giving him a tip of $100. He had to be in the email to see the body and the information, right? So he's saying he was in both Jinx's email and then this Ryan dude who was asking for an unban. And yet he clearly states that, oh, this person Ryan was asking for unban. I don't know what his name is. I don't know who he is. But yet, he was asking for an unban, and yet you claim that, well, Ryan isn't his YouTube name anyway. You see the contradictions here, Phil? Your story makes no sense, and you get the facts wrong. You would think that if you took a day and a half to come up with the excuse or the lie for why you doxed someone, you would go back and research it, and you didn't, Phil. You didn't. You can clearly see that Jinx tips hours ago the $400. What he tipped later was the $100. You were in that email, and just like we stated before, many times, many people have stated, when you tip someone or you use your PayPal to give money to someone, that person gets your first, your last name, and your email at a minimum. That's what they get. Now, when you tip Phil, right? Yeah, you put whatever name in because it's whatever that website is. It won't give you the name. But Phil gets a receipt from PayPal, which is what he looks at. And in it, it has the person's name, first, last name, and email at the very least. Sometimes it has phone number, and sometimes it might have addresses. So Phil gets your information from PayPal. So I just find it ironic that this guy is so lazy that he's trying, he's lazy. That's why he doesn't verify his lie. You would think you would go back and take and say, all right, what did I say? What happened? When you come up with your cockamamie story. And of course, Phil didn't. So let's go back to the other video, folks.
Good evening, Donovan. Jinx. His name is really Ryan. Like literally, I could have farted and they would have said his name was, or I would have sneezed. They would.
Again, when Phil lies, he exaggerates. He goes to the extreme. So now he's saying that if he would have farted, we would have said, oh, he doxed him and his name is that fart cell. Yet another tale of why, just another tale when Phil lies.
He said, oh, see, he doxed him. His name is Gesundheit. It's the dumbest thing. And in reality, here's what happened, right? So I say this on stream, and then we made a running joke of it during the marathon yesterday, that every contributor's name is Ryan. We just joked about it for like an hour. Okay, it was funny. So what ends up happening is I got a bunch of...
Yeah, that's a lie. Yet another lie, Phil. You weren't joking about it. People weren't saying, oh, Ryan. No. You were clamping that shit down. Somebody brought it up. You either deleted them, they got modded, your mods modded them. No one was making jokes about Ryan, Phil. You did your best to avoid the subject totally. And at the very end, you were so salty and upset and knew you fucked up that you went on a 10-minute cope about the tractors and clipping him, and you knew specifically we were going to be clipping the fact that you doxed Jinx.
Emails from people actually named Ryan, and they're like, oh my god, did you accidentally dox me or whatever? I'm like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't really dox you. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Yet another lie. He goes to the extent now of people reaching out to him named Ryan. How many people, Phil, do you know that are named Ryan? Really, Phil? How many people do you know that are named? Oh, just more bullshit, just more lies.
It was just an innocent mistake, having a ton of emails in my...
Yes, it was an innocent mistake that you doxed Jinx. Jinx, Ryan's name. And the funny thing is that Jinx could have came on later on Sunday and said, oh, Phil, it's fine. Don't worry. That's not my name. I can vouch for you. You didn't dox me. He could have done it yesterday. He could have came on stream and said, hey, Phil, I see that people are saying that my name is Ryan, that you doxed me. No, that's not the case. My name isn't Ryan. Jinx could have dispelled all that, and he has not done it yet. He didn't do it Sunday. He didn't do it Monday. And the interesting thing is I don't think he is going to do it because he's pretty pissed off that Phil actually doxed him.
Inbox because I'm in the middle of a marathon. There's a lot going on. I'm drinking and everything, and I just read the wrong name. Like literally, instead of saying Jinx, thanks to the tip, I said Ryan, and people make a big to-do about it, like it's some big freaking deal. And so what's funny about that today is, Jinx comes on stream and he's like, just so everyone knows, I'm tapped out. I had a crazy day supporting the stream yesterday, and he just insane amount of tips and gifted memberships and everything yesterday. It was so appreciated and so crazy how over the top he went.
You notice the one thing he didn't say was, my name isn't Ryan, Phil didn't dox me. That's what he didn't say. And that's what he should have said if he really wanted to give Phil a pass, and he did not.
Because there's no way I can keep this up, so that's it for me. I'm basically tapped out today. And people are like, oh, see, it's because Phil doxed him and shit. And it's just like, you guys are so fucking stupid. No, really. Like, the most innocuous little thing, the most dumb, innocent little thing, reading the wrong email. And somehow it's some big conspiracy with these idiots. Okay, it's not. So I debunked it. All right? People are just fucking really stupid. No, that's not why Jinx...
No, Phil, you didn't debunk it. You lied. God, this guy
did not contribute today. It's because he's been contributing for a week and a half and went crazy during the marathon, to help out a ton. And so obviously doing that, he can't do this every day, right? I've been saying this the entire time. It can't always be on Jinx.
The one thing that Jinx didn't do was come on and say, my name isn't Ryan, DSP didn't dox me. That's what he could have done, and he didn't do it. And he didn't have to tip to do it. He could have simply just gone on stream and say, hey folks, I'm seeing people saying that Phil doxed me. No, that's not the case. My name isn't Ryan. It was a mistake. Phil is right. He did not do that. He did not do that, hasn't done it. He could have done it Sunday, he could have done it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure he is not going to do it.
Very appreciated that. Earlier today, the first stream, we hit the goal without Jinx. That was amazing. That means people still keeping it up was really nice of them, all right? So here's the deal. The vest streak is over.
Yes, the vest streak is over and Jinx got doxxed. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.